Hello Gemini, it's Lorene from Insight Readings with your insights for the month of 20. We have another month here of change again, as we have an eclipse on the 30th of and it could be the 29th depending where you are in the world. But I'll get into that. With that said, I just want to say thank you so much for your likes, your comments, your subscription and your views. It really inspires me to carry on with the channel, and it also helps to grow our channel. So I'm very grateful for your gift. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so remember we have an eclipse in Gemini, your sign, your house, with the North Node. It is a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses are all about emotional changes. With the North Node, it definitely seems to be more of the focus. So examples of a lunar eclipse would be releasing fears on an emotional level, maybe releasing negative habits, letting go of sorrows, releasing attachments to possibly relationships. It is lunar, it is in your first house. Releasing attachments that you feel on the inside, and it could also be an emotional combination of a negative situation that comes to play for you with regards to it being lunar. Now, your first house is all about your disposition, your inner nature, your self-image, your outlook on life, your motivation and self-interest. It's the self-house. It also deals with your health in a sense as well, because it's about yourself. So before we get into that, we will take the top card here. I have been shuffling. I'd like to just call spirit guides. The guardians of the four corners, angels, ancestors, and sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now. Thank you for your messages, your wisdom, your inspiration, and your insight. Thank you for discernment, for the messages for Gemini for 20. Thank you, Amen. Once again, it is a general reading. Oh, how beautiful. I love owls. This will resonate for you if you're looking at this in the perspective of from your sun sign, your sun being in Gemini. This is based on that. Or your rising sign being Gemini, or your moon in Gemini. If it doesn't resonate for you, it's not for you. Maybe check the rising sign and see how that resonates. I'm going to pause this while I find it in the book to save time and then read it from the book. What a beautiful card. Okay, so we have it here. Owls are wisdom, intuition, insight. Is in an oak tree, something that is solid and wise, and then we have the ivy creeps slowly. It's all like Saturn type energies, something, and wisdom and insight. But the key words for owl is detachment, wisdom, and change. Now, it did come out the right way. So your North Node in your first house of changes for self on an emotional level is the meaning of this card for that eclipse that is happening. It says that the owl teaches us the wisdom of turning a disadvantage into an advantage. For most birds, the coming of darkness renders it impossible for them to feed, but the owl's exceptional hearing enables it to pick out and swoop on unsuspecting prey during the night. Twilight has been described as owl light, and going for a quiet walk in the woods at the shimmering time of twilight is an excellent way to develop the sensibility to the other world and the inner soul of nature. You feel drawn to a study of esoteric lore or clairvoyancy. Working with the owl is your ally, as your ally will help you to do this. Now, I'm not suggesting you do that in Africa, sadly, because being on your own in any nature area that isn't protected is very unsafe, and you need to use the wisdom of the owl. That is so sad. It is so beautiful, our country, and yet it is so unsafe as well, and you need to use the wisdom of the owl. So that is what is being eclipsed in for you. The other end of Owl, which is the south node, and this eclipse has already started in Sagittarius, would be your 7th house. So that also, it's lunar. The 7th house is about your spouse and your partner and the other person, where your first is about you. So on an emotional level, it's about the giving and receiving, and your balance of power issues on an emotional level, and how you relate to others, or your attitude to cooperation with others as well. And the reverse side of that is that you're dealing with is that you need to be wary of withdrawing too much from the world. An ability to be detached and discerning is an asset, unless it becomes a defense against being fully alive with all the vulnerability it entails. Perhaps there is not such a need for secrecy or holding back. The owl can signal a time of change, of initiation, and of new beginnings. It can portend the death of one thing, but also the birth of another. An old Sussex saying is, when owls whoop at night, expect a fair morrow, expect a bright dawn, and it will surely come. How beautiful is that? So on both levels, it's very positive for you, Gemini, very positive. Okay, so we're going to do the 7-card horseshoe spread and see what Spirit has for you. We'll do it for the month of May. The first 3 cards will be the first 2 weeks of May, and then we'll have our central point, which is Spirit's guidance and message, and then the last 3 cards will be the last 2 weeks of the month. Oh, karmic justice. Okay, Gemini, so we start off with justice, and this could be dealing with the legal situation. Remember, it's a general reading, so put it in the situation you find yourself in. You could possibly be dealing with a Gemini, your own energy, or with a Libra as well. So the justice card is about karmic justice, about dealing with legalities, but there's some form of unbiased choice in this month that comes through, and in some form of fair justice that brings about balance, equality, in a very pure way. She's not blindfolded because she's in denial. It's because she's unbiased and has to see both sides from equal perception, both lights in her hand, to make a balanced choice with her sword of truth. And this justice comes through. I do feel maybe by the 11th of the month, that's a possibility that there's some significant change that comes through of her, or dealing with authority, maybe around money and opportunity for money, investment, property, being really wise about something. Pentacles is earthiness. It's something of value, something of durability, but there's an opportunity here of investment in a workplace, a career, security, a home, a relationship, in your health, possibly investing with something that is real. There's the opportunity, and being wise. We have the weasel here, being really wise about it, looking at what was in the past. He's looking behind him, and then to move up towards the future. And then taking stock of what you've nurtured, what you've planted, what you've taken care of. And now finally being able to fill this empty basket, because the ladder is there now to go up, to ascend. Here we have the rocks also going up. Here we have stairs going up. So you're going up to something that you've been looking after. The squirrel prepares for the winter months, nurtures. Here's spring, here's the harvest time. There's peace, there's harmony. It's like being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, something you've nurtured, and now you can go and harvest those fruits. You've taken care of it with great passion as well. And then we have the message from Spirit, or the center of the month. You have victory. You have victory, you have recognition in whatever this is that you've nurtured. There's this karmic justice that comes through. If it is a legal situation, There's victory and recognition as well, and moving forward. With passion as well, we have wands here, passion, moving forward. And you know, sixes always deal with something from the past and moving forward towards it. They all seem, the weasel's looking at what was in the past. She's making a choice between present and past. Here we have somebody looking towards the future and enjoying the fruits of the labor, and there's a recognition for it. What is hidden and you're not even aware of it is that there's some form of regret or sadness over something that was lost on an emotional level, because the cups are emotional level. Those cups are empty, it's spilt, it's gone, it's lost. And there was change. I mean, these swifts or swallows migrate. So there was a migration of something that brought about regret, and you're not even aware of it, or sadness, or you have guilt about something that was lost or spilt, or something that you feel there's a sense of loss for, and forgetting to look at what you had turned your back on, what was kindred. And this is your energy. This is the card of Gemini. It is 6. It's a major arcana as well. That's a major arcana as well. Card number 10. Sixes are very prevalent in your reading as well. But this is about, the challenge is it could have been in a relationship. Possibly a relationship that there was regrets in it, a legal situation, it came to an end. But the Lovers is also a card of choice, a significant choice that needs to be made. It's your challenge at the moment. So a choice that needs to be made. But in this deck, we almost see he's holding her one hand there. So it's almost a choice that is made with a lot of strength, or has to be made somehow. We do have the 2 dolphins. It could be a choice about 2 people, or a legal situation, something significant that comes through here, because there's a sense of finding this balance that is karmic. And the outcome here, or the end of the month, is the 4 of Cups, and that is, there's that cup again. Something that was offered to you, but you don't seem to take notice or cognizance. Although here we have these 3 cups where they were spilled there. They're standing here, they're empty, because there's a loss, there's the mouse, there's some form of loss here. And this cup is being presented to you, looking at it, but almost half-heartedly. We have the squirrel here again. The squirrel has taken care and nurtured of something, and the other squirrel is saying go for it. He's ready to grab whatever there is, and you're actually looking at it in this deck. So there is an opportunity being presented to you here on some emotional level with regards to a relationship. Very big possibility. You are dealing with 1st and 7th house. A relationship that's either emotional, intimate, or with the other. In your workplace, because it's you and the other. So it can be a spouse or work partnership or anything to that sort, but there's karmic justice that comes through here with a karmic choice. It could have been soulmates that there are regrets about. Okay, so what is the justice card about for Gemini? Good news, Princess of Wands, something that comes through. It's the beginning of something, of good news, maybe a new relationship that comes through, or dealing with a child and getting good news, but it is a form of information that comes through that is warm and creative and has growth and a sense of freedom. The 7 of Pentacles, thank you, Spirit. That's a decision you made, Gemini. That's your energy. Air energy, King of Swords. It can be legal, it can be a lawyer, it can be somebody in the defense system, anything that is where you're using analytical abilities, your intellect. So a lawyer definitely falls into that, or a surgeon, even a surgeon, something that you've invested in, or a choice that was made, there were regrets. But there is victory here. That is a choice and a decision that is made that changed your outside world with something that you invested in. What is the Lovers, all about the choice, the significant choice. Again, same as this, Four of Cups. Something you have a regret about. You've lost something. These cups are also empty. They've fallen over. You're kind of like pondering it here. But there's this offer that is full there. There is an opportunity for some new opportunity in love, in happiness. But you almost turn your back on it. It's sort of hidden. But it's there. Four is about grounding it. It's almost like passionately you would rather dream about what was instead of look at what is or what could be or what is still possible and being presented within a relationship or a work situation. It's that constant longing and never being satisfied, because the thoughts and the mind is on what is lost and gone. I mean, what is gone is gone. You have it 3 times here. There are the 3 cups empty. Here are the 3 cups empty. There are the 3 cups empty. Opportunity, opportunity, opportunity behind you, but you've got your back to it. Yeah, you're looking at it, but sort of half-heartedly. A half-hearted attempt. Okay, so what is the 5 of Cups about, Spirit? There's something you defended. It could have been a relationship that came to an end or work situation, but there's defensive energy here. Defending yourself from the opinions of others. The 7 of Wands is you turn your back on something and you face the front of it. You face the insights or the onslaught of opinions from others. You're on higher ground. You draw a boundary line, and he's actually defending this in quite a strong way. He's got his 1 foot on the wall already, the boundary, and he's picking up the other one to say, I'm on higher ground. You're not getting past this point. That's what it is. So it could have been something to do with a legal situation that is finally coming through to an end, a closure. There is regrets, there is some sort of loss that you keep focusing on. But the owl also says to move on from those emotional hurts and to let that be eclipsed in, to make the changes. We see this little mask here as well, maybe the changing the face of a situation in a sense. I want to leave you with that and wish you all the best and say thank you for your comments and thank you for letting me know where this fits in your life. I'd love to see how that resonates with you. Thank you for your support, Gemini, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.